Engineers from UCLA and the University of Washington have developed a sensitive robot skin. I mean, that means it can feel, not it has feelings. I mean, what if it had feelings? When a robot is handling a grape, peeling a banana, or diffusing a bomb, it's hard for the robot to sense whether or not its hand is sliding along the blue wire or pulling it. Drastically different outcomes. And until the Luke arm from Mobius Bionics, prosthetic hands lacked the accurate sensing as well. They both lacked the touch, if you will. This flexible sensor skin might be the solution. The researchers stretch the skin over robot appendages and prosthetic limbs, and it gives them a more accurate reading regarding shear forces and vibration, which are both critical, you know, when you're diffusing a bomb. The sensor skin mimics the way a human finger feels tension and compression as it slides along a surface to distinguish between different textures. Actually, in tests, it performs better than human skin, and it could dramatically improve how robots perform everything from surgery to industrial tasks. The electronic skin is made with silicone rubber that is embedded with tiny serpentine channels about half the width of a human hair. The channels are filled with electrically conductive liquid metal, which, unlike solid wires, won't crack when the skin is stretched. When the channel geometry changes, so does the amount of electricity that can flow through them. The research team can actually measure these differences in electrical resistance and correlate them with the shear force and vibrations that the robot finger is experiencing. Right now, researchers are opening doors, shaking hands, and picking up packages with the robot skin, but we might not be too far removed from actual accurate bomb disposal or, surgery. I mean, both good. Oh my God, what if it was bomb disposal during a robot surgery? No news in this one. Troops in the Ukraine may soon find themselves fighting alongside the Phantom robot, a new prototype from Ukrainian defense contractor Ukrobaronprom, or something like that. Ukrobaronprom. According to Defense One, the Phantom was on display last week at the Association of the U.S. Army show in Washington, D.C. It has an extendable frame and modular design. So, for example, you can choose between treads or wheels. And it is packing. It comes armed with anti-tank missiles, grenade launchers, or 23mm machine guns. The prototype is still in its testing phase, and the company has released footage of some of the Phantom's firing trials. Yeah, it's exhilarating, isn't it? I mean, when you don't have all that Hollywood special effects, it's just a tank out in the snow shooting a gun. The Phantom has a 30 kilowatt hybrid engine, and it can reach nearly 40 miles per hour, while covering a max distance of about 80 miles. According to the company, it can also be used to evacuate wounded soldiers. Actually, it really reminded me of the ironclad unmanned ground vehicle that BAE showed off about a month ago at the Defense and Security Equipment International show. I mean, rugged and modular design and eerily similar, but a range that's about 50 miles better. Even though the Phantom is still in its testing phase, it could be facing Russian forces by early next year. That's a bummer. No news in this one. Most of us have played Rock'em Sock'em Robots, and many of us have imagined what it would be like to see two massive robots square off in real life. Well, this week, two teams did just that. Now, whether or not it was real or kayfabe, this was literally the biggest thing to hit the engineering world this week. It was a fight night. Team USA meets Team Japan in an abandoned warehouse to fight each other while piloting giant robots. With two fights on the bill, the American team, Megabots Inc., brought two robots to the event, Iron Glory and Eagle Prime, to face off against Karatas from Sudobashi Heavy Industry. We'll post the entire fight night below, but the production value was high, if not incredibly similar to mixed martial arts cards in the past. They even had legendary broadcaster Mike Goldberg call the event with a co-host whose color commentary included calling the robots dope.
Core power yoga.
Birchbox for men. Some kombucha juice. Maybe employment right now would just kind of be stifling my creativity.
Millennials, we're ruining everything. The Japanese had the much smaller robot, but Karatas easily dispatched Iron Glory within seconds in the first fight. It actually charged right at Iron Glory and took it out with an outstretched giant metal fist. And now a dramatic reenactment. Iron Glory, Karatas. In the second fight, Team USA piloted Eagle Prime, which dwarfed its opponent. Now, realizing that the point of the contest wasn't to kill one another, at one point, Eagle Prime actually sported a giant chainsaw for an arm that was used to tear into Karatas before the contest was stopped. Whether you view this as an engineer's fantasy or nightmare come alive, with other mechatronic sports like racing coming online soon, we might one day look back at this event as the beginning of America's new pastime. Or well, our single greatest embarrassment. I'm David Manti. This is Engineering by Design.
I was originally paying vision and eye care insurance for him, but it turns out his eyeglasses weren't even real.
Millennials, we're ruining everything.